Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's going on? James Coe here with you. It is a Tuesday, so you know what that means. We got to hit the waiver wire, baby. Get you guys ready for your fantasy playoffs with some clutch waiver wire ads. All right, we're going to obviously start there with J.K. Dobbins having to leave that Monday Night Football game with a knee injury. Obviously, the ad here would be Gus Edwards. He should be widely available. I think when I looked on Monday night, Gus Edwards was rostered on about 35% of rosters, maybe a little bit more. Surely in deeper or more hyper-competitive leagues, Gus Edwards will be rostered, I'm assuming. But J.K. Dobbins did leave that game, Monday Night Football, with a left knee injury. Obviously, we know that this is a player with a very, very long injury history. That left knee injury, and again, it just appeared to be that way. I haven't gotten full official word yet because I'm recording here on a Monday night right after the game, but this is the same knee that J.K. Dobbins suffered that multi-ligament tear on in 2021. I believe it was. J.K. Dobbins has had a lot of injuries throughout his career, obviously. But again, I believe it's a left knee injury there. And if it's that surgically repaired knee, we just don't know the severity. We just don't know the severity yet. But obviously, we're not going to know before. I don't think we'll know anyways, before waiver wires run. So that's why Gus Edwards should be a very high priority ad for you off the waiver wire. Now, okay, that being said, I know that Kamani Vidal, everyone's rolling their eyes listening to me like, bro, stop trying to sell us on Kamani Vidal. Look, I know he has not done squat this year. He has done nothing. He has actually been a healthy scratch for multiple weeks now. I get it. I understand. I'm just saying that he fills that Dobbins role a lot better than Hassan Haskins. So while Gus Edwards, I think, is the alpha, he's the guy, I'm just saying, let's not forget about Kamani Vidal. That's all. Okay. I'm not even saying Vidal is a priority ad, like you got to add this dude. But if you're in a fab league, can you toss a $0 bid at Vidal, make a little bit of room? I don't know, man. Shoot, when Buy-Mageddon happens again, not this coming week, but the week after, there might be some action there. You just don't know. Again, I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows right now, anyways, as of Monday night, the severity of J.K. Dobbins' knee injury. But again, you can't blame the fantasy community for not being that optimistic about the injury prospects for J.K. Dobbins. It is what it is. Okay. And by the way, I mentioned the name Hassan Haskins. I don't want to count him out either. He is playing ahead of Kamani Vidal right now. But to me, it feels like he's got a very specific role in terms of short yardage. We want to get him around the goal line, things like that, right? I don't think that there's, again, if Dobbins goes down with injury, I don't see a ton of upside here with Hassan Haskins, but I could be wrong. We could all be wrong. Who knows? Anyways, that's that Charger breakdown there. I should also mention that in this game on the Baltimore side, Deontay Johnson is barely playing. Barely playing. We thought that there might be an upward swing in playtime as he got acclimated with the playbook. The exact opposite thing is happening. The exact opposite. The most snaps that he has played for Baltimore was actually his first game. He played 30% of the snaps in that first game with Baltimore. Has not even touched 20% since. First game, 0 targets, 30% of the snaps. Second game, 8% of the snaps, 2 targets. Week 11, he played 18% with 2 targets. And you're thinking, okay, maybe he's going to start trending up. No, he's not trending up. Okay. He goes back down to 8% snap share with just 1 target this past week in week number 12. The vast majority of you out there listening the vast majority are thinking to yourself, holy crap, I can't believe Deontay Johnson has already played 4 games with Baltimore. 4. Yes, he has. Whatever thought you had of Deontay Johnson potentially making an impact on this particular team, those dreams are dead, baby. Okay, it's in the dirt. You could put that dream to bed. It's over. It's over for Deontay Johnson. Drop Deontay Johnson. You don't need to hold on to Deontay Johnson. He has no role on this team, period. Again, barring an injury. If Rashad Bateman were to get hurt, and shoot, man, I mean, again, talk about another injury, a player with a lot of injury history. Okay, it's Rashad Bateman. Okay, I get it. But unless Rashad Bateman or Zay Flowers gets hurt, they've already shown you now through four games. That's damn near a quarter of the season, bro. Deontay Johnson's not a thing on this Baltimore squad. It's over for Deontay Johnson. I think you go ahead and drop him. Okay, let's stay with this running back position here, and let's talk about Jerry McNichols. He has taken on, the Washington Commanders are taking on the Tennessee Titans in this upcoming week. Now, again, don't know the severity of the Brian Robinson ankle injury, but I don't know. I've seen the replay a bunch of times. I thought it was a clear hip drop tackle. When are they going to start calling hip drop tackles? I thought we outlawed the hip drop tackle specifically for injuries just like what Brian Robinson suffered there in week number 12. No calls. Shoot, I've watched a lot of NFL, man. I think I've seen one hip drop tackle flag, maybe. I feel like I've seen one. And shoot, I don't even know if that's true. Now, guys get fined after the fact, but in the game, have you seen a piece of laundry come out for a hip drop? Maybe I'm tripping, dude. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Don't know the severity for the injury for Brian Robinson. But we also saw Austin Eckler suffer a very scary looking concussion at the end of that ball game against Dallas, right? So almost assuredly Eckler is out. Maybe Brian Robinson might be out as well. Okay, so I think regardless of league size, you got to go and add Jeremy McNichols. Needs to be rostered. And let me tell you something. In the 4 games where he's gotten at least 7 carries, so we're setting this bar pretty low. Okay, 4 games where he has seen at least 7 carries. He has averaged a very strong 5.8 yards per carry average. By the way, he scored 3 times in those 4 games. The problem for me is he doesn't catch passes, right? He's got just 2 grabs all year long. This is the other problem. The other running back that they've gone to, Chris Rodriguez, maybe they call him back up. If they do that, well, they don't throw to Chris Rodriguez either. So I don't know. I think that Jeremy McNichols is the play here. And I think he has played extremely well when given an opportunity. So yeah, I think he absolutely needs to be if Gus Edwards is gone, we got to go and get Jeremy McNichols. Got to go and do it. Let's talk about Devon Vile taking on Cleveland this week. The matchup, I think, it's pretty good. I would view it more as a neutral matchup, but who cares? Bottom line is this. What are we doing out here, gang? He is just 5% rostered right now on Yahoo as of Monday night. That's insane. That's got to change. This guy can play, and he has established himself as a reliable slot player for the Denver Broncos. There is clear chemistry between Vile and Bo Nix. This is the exact kind of player you want to be investing in, ladies and gentlemen. A guy who is, I hesitate to say young. My dude's about to turn 27 as a rookie. Devon Vile, a 26-year-old rookie. Crazy. Anyways, whatever. Who cares? I don't care how old he is right now because he's playing good ball. All right. But you want to invest in these kind of dudes, right? Like guys who have a clear role, and his role is a primary slot man for the Denver Broncos. A guy that's got some skills, absolutely can catch and contested catch. He plays this position like a basketball player. Good box outs, can high point the football, strong in traffic. Man, I like this guy, man. I like this guy a lot. And by the way, he has scored double-digit PPR points in 3 straight games. 3 straight. It is time now. We have to start taking Denver's offense seriously. They've been good now for the past, 2 months, y'all. Let's stop discounting what Denver is doing. That's all I'm saying. And oh, by the way, I said strong at the catch points, all these, I can high point the ball, reliable. Yeah, man. This dude is seemingly catching everything. It seems like he's catching everything, bro. Over his last 5 games, 79.2% catch rate. Solid. Beyond solid. That's just straight up freaking good. That is good. Devon Vile he can play. This guy can absolutely play. He needs to be added. He needs to be universally rostered. Period. You're in a competitive league, this guy needs to be rostered. Done deal. It's over. Now, there's a player in MVS that I'm not sure that needs to be rostered, but let me just say this. Go ahead and throw a $0, $1 bid out there to see if MVS can join the squad. I love this matchup this week, man. Against the Rams, MVS is going to be featured in my sleeper column, my weekly sleeper column that you can find on the website, sleeperkingfootball.com. Let's go. Subscribe right now. But let me just say, MVS against the Rams, the Rams have been one of the worst defenses against outside wide receivers this year. Coming into week number 12, I haven't updated my numbers yet on Monday night, but coming into week number 12, they've allowed the 5th most touchdowns per game to outside wide receivers. They then predictably gave up another touchdown to A.J. Brown. This is a team that you could score on, especially on the outside, and teams are picking on them on the outside. MVS, for his part, now he's coming off of a bye week, but in his previous 2 games, he has secured long touchdowns in both of those games. Now, I know what you're saying. Like, don't chase them points. Don't do it. Yes, I would generally agree with you. But MVS in those 2 games, I'm not going to lie, dude's looking pretty good. I'm hoping this is not, and you know what? Let me just put it to you this way. This is not a Quentin Johnston situation where people were high as a kite on QJ. And don't get me wrong, I did list QJ on my sleeper list, so I'm guilty of this as well. Although I never had 10 toes in on Quentin Johnston. I had 1 foot kind of testing the waters, and luckily, people got burned by him this week. My God, we got to stop throwing to Quentin Johnston, man. Oh, my goodness, that was so bad against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, MVS, straight up, just a better player than Quentin Johnston at this point in their respective careers at this point. Okay. And like I said, MVS has been playing pretty darn good football the last 2 games, man. I don't know how to explain it, man. But if you pop on the MVS tape, he freaking looks good. He looks good. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, it's a great matchup, and MVS, for whatever reason, has been on fire recently. All right. A couple players that I will leave on the waiver wire. One is Nick Westbrook-Akine, and maybe I just sound stupid for this, but how many more times can he find broken coverage touchdowns? This is like a legendary streak. I think he's got a touchdown in 6 of his last 7 games. And it seemingly, I don't want to say all of them, but God, at least half of those are on busted coverages. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know how many more times he can run into busted coverage. Maybe I sound like an idiot. Maybe I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I think Nick Westbrook-Akine is decent. I just don't love the Tennessee offense, and I think, yeah, man, dude, I don't know. My brain is in a pretzel, man. Like, there's nothing I can do to resolve the fact that I can't find myself recommending NWI to the folks out there. I just can't do it. I'll leave them on the wire. Okay. Also, I think you could leave Rashad Bateman on the wire as well. Now, he has scored a touchdown in 2 of his last 3 games, but I just think the volume is not quite there. Right? He's been north of 5 targets just 1 time in his last 7 games. I need a little bit more than that when we're talking about targets in regards to Rashad Bateman. Now, the one thing that's been nice is he's been seeing a ton of air yards, right? So that's good. But I'd also say this, man. Look, I get that he's been giving you some really interesting upside, right? I get that. But that has come mostly against bad teams. If there is a team that loves to pick on bad teams more than the Baltimore Ravens, y'all need to tell me who it is. Shoot, it might be the Dolphins, actually. The Dolphins and the Ravens, man, they love to just absolutely murder bad teams. Love it. They're the big bullies on the block, man. Holy hell. But let me just say this, okay? The biggest games that Rashad Bateman has had this year have come against Cincinnati twice. We know about their defensive woes all year long. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's got one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. And Washington as well. And Washington's secondary, while it is much improved now, Baltimore saw them earlier in the year when Washington's secondary was arguably, at the time, the worst secondary in the NFL. So again, his 4 best games this year have come against Cincinnati twice, Tampa Bay, and Washington, right? So, okay. Well, where am I going with this? Well, hey, listen, Bateman and the Ravens, they play Philadelphia and their tough defense this upcoming week, and then the week after that, they go on a bye. So the next 2 weeks, you're not going to really want to play Rashad Bateman. You see what I'm saying here? So that's why I'm saying, hey, just leave him on the wire. I mean, shoot, you could think about week 15 when we get to week 15, baby. Like, that is a million miles away for some teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be out of the playoffs by week 15. You know what I mean? So I would just say, go ahead and say, let's go ahead and leave Rashad Bateman on the bench. All right, so there you go. That's your waiver wire report. If you want to go check out the website, sleeperkingfootball.com. Oh, before I go, guys, I just want to let people know the recording schedule for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, I will have an episode, but come on, y'all, I got to take a break too. It's Thanksgiving. Got to hang out with the fam, do those things. I think tomorrow's episode might be the last of the week. If I get around to it and I feel motivated and I got the time, I'll try to squeeze in one more episode at the end of the week, highlighting some sleepers. But man, I can't make that promise to you. All right. But anyways, tomorrow we will get after it. We will talk about some sleepers there tomorrow, some of my favorite plays. But again, the rest of the week, man, looking a little bit light. I hope you guys can understand. Anyways, if you guys want to find me online, have some questions for me. Obviously, I'm on all the platforms. Preferably, though, you will find me either on Blue Sky or on Threads, where I am actually pretty active right now as I'm trying to build my user base there at James D. Co. If you guys want to find me, and I would be more than happy to answer any fantasy-related questions you guys might have there. All right, I got to go. But remember, it's never too late to chase your dreams. Peace.